Everybody is surprised to see today one lady was there to cut ribbon with me. And a lot of questions were rising in your head. Who is this lady? I want to share and show you who is this lady. She is Shardamma. Shardamma is the first lady who picked up the first brick to lay the foundation of this company. She was with the contractors first when she came to this company. After the construction was done, she came and asked me and Doda whether we can give her some job. And till today, she is doing a housekeeping job. She brings the sweeping of mopping everything. And she makes sure that the plant looks very clean and hygiene all the time. Many of you will be having a lot of questions asking why this lady? Why is this a woman who sweeps the floor has given this much of importance in this organization? My way of, understanding, showing respect, love to the people is totally different. Like I think most of the people, they don't do this. And very few people, they recognize and they forget, they don't give respect for the people who are at the down level of the company, who are doing all their activities and nobody will recognize them. I just want to show you that in my organization, whoever have joined, they've all joined with love, passion, and till today they are with me as a support for this company. From where I have come, this man, where was he? How you brought this journey? A little journey of my, from the childhood till today, where I am. I want everybody to know, because a lot of people, they know bits and pieces of my life. This is my father. This is my mother. My father is H. Nuruddin. Right? And these are 4 siblings. The Gunda person here, it's me. Always very sturdy and, want to be very emotional and see that, hey guy, I'm here. You want to talk to me, talk to me. It's like that. So my sister, my elder brother, and there. And this is the place where I was born. I was born in that house, not in the hospital. This is a village of my grandfather's house. It is called as Hirehal. This is a small town, small village near Andhra Pradesh. It belongs to Anantapur district. Now, my father, H. Nuruddin, is a man of golden heart. He always wanted to, show high respect to people around him, to show love, respect, and kindness. He was a very excellent person, excellent human being. But unfortunately, he couldn't stay for long with us. He died at the age of 39 years when I was 10-year-old boy. I would like to talk to you about my father a little more, because my uncle and my father started some business in Arak and toddy business, and they were very popular. I'm talking about 1970s. They were all together, and the business was booming, and they were very well versed. They were doing a lot of activities together, 2 brothers. Right? When my father died, then my uncle came into picture. My uncle is H. Ibrahim. My uncle is the one who, gave us life after my father's death. He take care of my family, my younger 2 brothers, 1 sister, my mom, myself. He used to send some money every month, for us to have a happy living. But that lacuna is still there today. My father is not there with me. Nobody can fill that gap. This man was a man of same nature, lot of kindness, giving all the time, giving respect to the people, very honest. And both the uncle and father had one special quality in them. They were never discriminate whether you are a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Isai. They were only, believing on humanity. My uncle is a highly recognized person in Shimoga. He is no more now. And during the peak hours of our business, we had to had interactions with a lot of, political leaders. One of such kind is Devraj Aras. He was the ex-chief minister of Karnataka in 1970s, I'm talking about. And then, there was, we had an estate called as Baba Estate, where, we used to have some small gatherings with all these kind of highly political people around. They used to come to our witness, our hospitality and things like that. Devraj Aras is a person here, and this is me. Always sitting next to these peoples and watching them what they are doing. At that small age, I used to, watch everybody, listen to them, and to see how I can do what good things in my life. That was the motivational factor for me. And here you see, here this picture has a lot of meaning here. I'm just taking you for quite a bit of time. Don't get bored. It's very interesting and it's also learning for you all. See here, my uncle is a very popular guy. He's down to earth. He had a lot of workers, money, power, everything he had. But look at, he was serving food to Devraj Aras. What is this? What is the meaning of this? Being a richest person at that time and serving food shows how much he loves, respect his elders, and he wants to show the love, the true connect with the people. This is one of the best ways. And look how I'm watching, what is he serving? Even today, I make sure that I want my people to have lunch first, then I will have later. This is the lesson I have learned from this. Here again a small photo of this, more than a money. Yeah, this is what I want to share a couple of things about my uncle. Uncle also, a small story, he finished his second PU and he was very interested to go for a MBBS. He wanted to become a doctor, my uncle. But then, my grandfather was there. He came to that to speak to my grandfather and he said, "Hey daddy, I got a seat, in medical seat. I want to join. I want to study MBBS. And my grandfather gave him a challenge, two challenge. That is, my grandfather was landlord. They were doing a lot of, they had a lot of resources, money, lands. They were a rich landlord. But when this incident happened, 3 years there was a drought and there was no crops for them, and whatever they have earned, they lost everything. And at that time, my uncle went and asked, to give him some 5,000 and 10,000 rupees by that time as a fees for, getting into the medical college. My grandfather said, there are two things. I can sell a property and give you a fees, you can become a doctor. But most importantly is, after me, you are the person who is going to take care of the family. You have to earn your bread now and take care of. There were 4 sisters, 2 brothers, and the entire family of Hirehal was on his responsibility. 3 days he did not sleep. Then 4th day he came and told to grandfather, "No father, I will work, I will take care of this family." And then that is how he did not become a doctor, he became an industrialist. He became a businessman. Because he was not able to complete his graduation, MBBS, he always had that feeling that, there is a very strong message here that in his lifetime, I think 77 he passed away, but during his entire lifetime, he had helped hundreds of people to complete their education. A lot of people have finished their medical, they have finished engineering, they have finished lots of graduations. And because he could not achieve that, he made sure that many hundreds of people can achieve that dream and they become successful in their life. This was the thing he carried out there. And this school, he is the founder of this Jnanadeepa school. It is in Shimoga. He was the founder and his family were the founder of this college, this school. And he waited for 6 months to call Abdul Kalam, Dr. Abdul Kalam. He came, he inaugurated, that is the photo here. And this is a strong message. And today, the school has got 3,000 students who are studying till today. Look at the vision of this man. He could not study, but he made sure that hundreds of people after him or when he was there can have this access to for education. This is his capabilities. This is, I think most of you know this person. He is Natural Remedies Chairman, R.K. Agarwal, and he was the person who came and inaugurated this company in 2005. At that time, you can see the backside, there are sheets and the broken structures, and you can see the land, it's still the agricultural land. We started this in 2005 with hardly one extractor, one reactor, and a very bits and pieces of small finishing equipments, nothing much. It was like a scrap yard, you can say, at that time when I started in 2005. Next slide. And see, these are years of growth. Every year there were a lot of obstacles coming down to me from 2005, ups and downs. We were only focusing on contract manufacturing for companies like Natural Remedies, and we have sold a couple of extracts to Himalaya Drug Company and many other companies. We were just a contract manufacturing at that time, and we didn't have money at that time to grow. Our finances were not good at that time. A lot of struggling because our bread was from the contract manufacturing. Every month we'll have to produce so much of quantities and get the bill, get the payment, and then do all the other expenses. I used to manage those things at that time. And see, you can see a lot of structures are in the AC sheets. This is the whole structure. This is also whole structure. You can see this is the building where we are standing. Is this structure? No, this is the godown. This is the one which we are standing now. See, you can see now facility and see how the facilities were there at that time. Can you see the slide? And this is the logo, Green Space. This is the first logo. This was designed by Tahira. There is a leaf here. I was asking always, why is this leaf? Because she wanted to represent that it is a natural company which is, doing a herbal extraction. We should have some element where it represents the herbal extraction division. And this is my last year's Ayuddha Puja speech, and that is me in the initial stage. Next slide, please. This Ayuddha Puja is about 2017. Look at the structures at the back end. See there, the corner. You see all that rubbish thing on this thing and all. And this is the building. This is the production. We will have a tour now. You will get to know. See all AC sheets, whatever is there. But one thing I would like to tell you, in spite of difficulties in building the infrastructure, but all my team maintained the standard operating procedures with taking care of hygiene parameters in manufacturing all the extracts and the liquid formulations. And hardly I think 1 or 2 incidences we had, our extracts were on a failure note. Otherwise, no extracts were failure from our part, even in spite of no facilities. Yeah. This credit goes to my entire team, my Gauda and my old staff that you will all get to know during the course of the event. We are going to reward them as well, and you will get to know who are the people with me around as a strong pillar to me. Next slide, please. This is again 2018. I am taking you stage by stage to see a little of renovation being done every year, or small things like how the changes have happened in 2017 and 18 now. Slides of a fast body slide. This is 2022, and then next. Yeah. And now I would like to share a small incident, the struggle and resilience. This is initial, we had a lot of things, but in the middle in 2015, when we were doing contract manufacturing for Natural Remedies, suddenly there was an inspection from ICE department. The inspector came, he did a immediate inspection, and he moved around entire premises, and he said this facility is not equipped to do the manufacturing of liquid or whatever extracts. You have to close down the unit. Then for 6 months, we did not do any production. I was moving around to fetch the money to build this, to at least to make better place to do a production activities. I went around a lot of banks. Bank did not give me any loan. Bank were asking the security and surety. I didn't have anything at that time. then how do I build my company? So a lot of struggle like that. Then after that, we faced around 20 lakhs rupees, and we did 6 months. We didn't have money. There was no production. Everybody were trying to build the facility. A lot of struggles and pains, and I was, just sometimes very low on motivation. I was not able to find my ways. How will I take forward my company? Because I have kept so much of high vision in my life, what I will do, whether everything gets collapsed. So somehow, luckily, after 6 months, we could start the activities again. And then slowly we started evolving, and then we started doing our own herbal extracts like Garcinia, like, Bacopa, we did Boswell extracts. And we started, doing sales. Domestically, we started selling our ingredients to Unicorn Natural Remedies, to Bayer, and many other companies like here in Bangalore and around. And this was a little, upgradation. See, that is why I came in the suit, and see here, the team. This is the first uplift of all my people around. And this is Gowda, this is Mahesh, right? And there are a couple of, this is Shabir and Yunus, and this is Satish. So all, and at that time when we started, we were just 22 people, and here we are slowly increasing our numbers, and today we are 85 plus. This is again, you see the numbers have been increasing, and this was in which year? Yeah, 2023. And then next, this is see little more improvisation. See, we're all there on yellow and white, and all the girls are there with the green sari. And this is again the next year, which we built like this, right? And see, at that time we didn't have the frame to fit everybody in one photograph, so we have to split the photograph. This is the team, last year's team. And if you take a snap now, you will have to have a 2 frame of this like this, right? And years later, yeah. And one interesting I would like to bring here. She's a lady, Osialo McCarthy. She's also into the same thing. Like, after her, she was, I think, I think she was studying a 6th standard, where she had nobody in her life except her uncle. Uncle had some illness, so she has to quit her education, and she went to take care of that uncle. And she was a laundry woman. She was washing clothes. This incident was in the US, in the city called as Mississippi. And she used to do a laundry and ironing every day, and she used to save $1 a day in a bank. Nobody knew for what she was doing that. She did it for 75 years. And when she went to take the check, it was $150,000. She did this, but somehow she did not get the education what she wanted to be. She made sure this $150,000 was given as a scholarship in the University of Mississippi. And today you can see there is a statue of her, and that scholarship, $150,000, is being given to the poor people there to complete their education. Here the idea is, why they have to think like this? If they did not get the education, what mattered them the most? They did not think negatively that if I am not getting, nobody should get anything in their life. But they thought ahead of that, and they said, if I am not getting anything, why not I try to make hundreds of people get educated? This was the vision of this lady. And until today, a lot of people in that university. And one interesting thing is, the first graduate who came out of this university, they called Osceola to present that what do you call that, convocation, or what that they were called on the stage. And she was so happy, and she was literally crying, and she said her dream is fulfilled now. And see the difference. Do you find any difference between these two great people here? He also did not get education. She also did not get education, but they brought a bigger impact on the humanity, and they made sure that hundreds of people they study and they educate, because education is the first step for them to success in their life. That is what they did. And little services we do as a corporate social responsibility. Our team, prepares food every week and they distribute to nearby hospitals and all. We take care of them a little bit of this activity as a part of our integral strategy, what we want to do for humanity. Next. You can see the facility is being built. And now where we are standing, what is that vision we had, where we want to drive our company to what level is what. Last year, I think we went to Las Vegas and we launched our first quantum Ayurveda ingredients there. And this was recently in Barcelona, we participated. And now, in our company, we have 3 verticals. One is generic extracts, one we have quantum Ayurveda extracts, and the other one we have Anvaya Ayurveda, which are these 3 different verticals. Our vision is not to make money. When you have lots of money, then you can do lots of things for the humanity and see what good you can do for your people around. That is what I want to achieve in my life. And one important thing after telling this entire journey of my and the getting in front of you, the two great people who were there here in the screen, I want to make an announcement today for my fellow beings, for my staff who are there here. The thing is, last Ayuda Puja also I told that you all have to give first preference to make sure that your children educate properly, they study properly, and that is your prime responsibility to give education to them. I am not just saying that. I want to actually get into the action, because we already have been doing a lot of things from last couple of years. But most of you don't know that I actually don't come openly and do all these kind of great things in my life. I do it closed door. I am not a media guy. I don't want to pamper myself to show the world that what I am doing. From this year onwards, the staff or the peers who are drawing a salary of less than 50,000 rupees, they will get 25,000 rupees as a school fees for them. And if they have 2 children, up to 2 children, 25,000 rupees my company will give them without any loan. This is for them directly for the education. Now the question comes, why 50,000? Today's cost of living, 50,000 is at par. Whenever my staff gets a 50,000 rupees, rent, their needs, the clothing, the food, everything. When May, June comes, then the pressure starts building, stress starts building. They have to pay the school fees for the children. What they will do? They will again go searching of loan, taking on interest, and that interest they will have to again for the whole year they'll have to pay. And I want to remove that burden and say that 25,000 rupees, not a big amount, but if they have real challenges, any amount they can opt. They can come through the managers or the HR. They can opt a loan from them. Company is willing to give an interest-free loan to them, and on a monthly salary basis, whatever convenience they have, they can get deducted on that. This is the thing which I want to do. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅವಾಗಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈಗ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ 50,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಂಬಳ ಇದೆ, 50,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಂಬಳಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಸಂಬಳ ಇರೋರು ಯಾರೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಪ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವೀಪರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರಿಗೆ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಫೀಸ್ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ದುಡ್ಡು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನೀವು ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಈ ದುಡ್ಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ NEFT RTGS ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ತಂದರೆ ಈ ದುಡ್ಡು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಫೀಸ್ ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ 60,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಂಬಳ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಿಮಗೇನೇ ಲೋನ್, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಲೋನ್ ಏನೇ ಬೇಕಿದ್ದರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಬಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಲೋನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸೋದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಅದು ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ ದಾರಿನ. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮೊದಲು. ಯಾರಿಗೇನಾದರೂ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯಿಂದನೇ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ. ಈವನ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್, ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಸರ್ ಚೀಟಿ, ಗೌಡ ಚೀಟಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡೋದು. ಕೆಮ್ಮು ನೆಗಡಿಗೂ ನಾವೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ ದುಡ್ಡು, ಅಲ್ವೇನಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ರೆ? ಹಾಂ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಗೇವ್ 3 lakhs rupees insurance for them for their any medical emergencies like surgeries or operations, or whether they have to admit to the ICU or whatever it is. But recently we had one incident. One of my boiler in charge was suffering very badly and he had to undergo multiple surgeries and that money was not sufficient. So from company we paid extra money, and for the entire year we paid salary for him. We did not question him anything. We paid salary for him for the entire year. And he's back to work. The 3 lakhs rupees were not sufficient. This year what we did is we made it to 5 lakhs. Coverage we made it to 5 lakhs. And we have also kept 20 lakhs rupees as a corporate fund. Why this fund? If suppose the medical bill goes beyond that, then again they will have go in search of getting loans, interest. They again fall into the same trap. That is very difficult for them at that level to, get that kind of thing. So a company has kept 20 lakhs rupees, corporate fund. They can utilize anything. First, we care about health because our company is based on health. That is why we took the decision. And the second is companies strongly believe that education is very important pillar in anybody's life. So we want to make sure that every one of your kids get good education, good habit, good culture, and they let them learn the culture, whatever we have built in this organization with love, passion, with affection. Thank you so much for this presentation. Thank you very much.